This documentary contains content that may be alarming for some audiences. Themes that include violence, death, blood, and other related sensitive content are to be shown in photos and are to be discussed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Start na po tayo.
Please state your name and your profession.
My name is Jimmy Domingo.
My name is Frances Bea C. Cupin.
Zamora.
I'm Chiara Zambrano.
My name is Alex Baluyut.
I am a senior multimedia reporter for Rappler.
Still a journalist but independent.
I'm a photojournalist.
Right now, I'm the photo editor of the Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Photojournalist for 30 years. But now I do humanitarian food aid.
I've been a journalist in the Philippines for 20 years.
10 years.
I started taking pictures for the newspapers in 1983 during the time of martial law.
Almost 20 years in the profession.
Wala hindi mo sila mararank na kung ano yung mas nakakabaliw o hindi.
Yolanda, seeing dead bodies just lying around on the streets for several days.
The Menjola Massacre in January 1987.
In my first book, which was called Kasama, it was about the New People's Army.
It has to be the Marawi Siege.
Dito sa frontlines, makikita mo kung gaano katindi yung mga naranasan nila.
In disaster, definitely Yolanda, Hayan.
War in Zamboanga. Gera yun, no? Against rebel groups in southern Philippines and of course the government.
The title of the photo was called Ka Alfi. He was a guerrilla. He was standing in the early morning mist and I took it and it really stood out for me.
The Bohol earthquake.
A magnitude 7.2 earthquake hit Bohol around 20 kilometers from where I am now in Loon, Bohol.
Bohol was memorable because it was my first ever na large-scale disaster. It was memorable in that way just because it was siguro parang trial by fire.
It was a demonstration of about 10,000 farmers in Mendiola. The Philippine Constabulary, they opened fire. 13 farmers were killed.
The trauma doesn't really go away. It's always with you, no? After seeing them, after being through them.
A West Philippine Sea story. I was on top of a wooden boat for mga 10 days. Tapos pag uwi ko, parang di na ako sanay na may kama. So, parang nagigilty ako na I had unprocessed feelings. So for the first few nights when I got back, I slept on my floor of my room.
I think my first or second day back in Manila, I remember going to Mega Mall, buying red hair dye on impulse. I don't know why, but I just felt like I needed to color my hair red. And then I stepped out of Mega Mall. I don't know why, I fixated on the MRT. Tapos tumingin ako sa paligid ko na may mga nagko-commute, may mga nag-shopping, and then I remember being so, parang suddenly disassociating, na hindi ako makapaniwalang sa Metro Manila, parang walang nangyari.
Sometimes you don't know you have it. Napapansin mo sa sarili mo na ang init ng ulo mo, yung mga ganon.
When you go home, when you are out of that particular coverage, that's when it actually sinks in. No? Kasi pag nagko-cover ka, sometimes you have to set aside your personal emotions. Otherwise, you won't be able to do your job as a journalist.
I vividly still remember the shooting, the sound of the guns, the blood, crying farmers. I still remember to now. And that's also the reason why from then on, I stopped taking pictures of anything that has blood in it.
Marami kasing landmines ang trabaho natin trabaho namin. You know? And you have to be careful about those landmines. You step on them. Physically, you could get hurt and mentally, you could bring it for a long time.
Ang babaw pakinggan na pinakulayan ko yung buhok ko na pula. That was manifestations of extreme stress, just like not being able to process what I had witnessed.
After naman ng Marawi Siege, Eastwood kami. Tapos di ko napapansin na pinipicturean ko yung mga lights, yung mga buildings. Ang ganda kasi, after seeing nothing but destruction and death, the mind starts to forget what is normal.
Without journalism or honest to goodness journalism, there's no democracy.
I guess you always remember na lang at the end of the day, who is this for? What is this for? You're deployed there because you want to tell the rest of the world what's happening.
Handa ka sa isang buhay na kuminsan walang katiyakan eh.
Kasi kailangan may papalit. No? We're not getting younger and you have to train the young journalists properly.
You will be the units that come to help fix things and rebuild things and make the world or the walls strong again.
In my life as a photojournalist, empathy is always important.
Sa akin kasi, ang pinaka-importante yung empathy talaga. You shouldn't be afraid to empathize with people.